Hey everybody, happy Wine Wednesday. It is not so pleasant out there today. Sorry about that, but we've got some killer wines in this week to warm you up. And I think I'm going to start tasting and let Robin talk about the wine.
Oh,
how's that?
Thank you. I mean, things could be worse. We could be in Winnipeg right now, so I'll take it. It's a little bit of a flurry, and then it should
They don't even have ski hills over there to enjoy it.
There's
no need for any of that snow. At least here we know what to do with it.
Absolutely. And what we're going to do is drink some German wine, because we have Miser back on feature this week, just in time for Easter. Going to pair wonderful with your Easter dinner, and also just life in general, because these wines are super, super delicious.
Yeah, this was, I love a great discovery, right? Because, you know, in my job, once in a while you get lucky and get it right. So I was looking for some new German Pinot Noir, and I was looking for some really good dry Riesling, and I found it all with these guys because they have, as you know, if you shop here, a killer bottle of dry Riesling in a liter bottle, which is like just basically part of my fridge now, you know? It's just like sits in the same
right
spot like the milk. Yeah, exactly. So that's been a staple for me because it's like $22 a liter.
I know.
Man, I can even afford that at the end of the month. But this one here is a little step up. This is the calc, which really just refers to the calcareous soils. But you get a little more action in here.
You really do. All of these wines, Miser is based right in the Rhine-Hessen, which is Germany's largest area for wine production, and formerly was really known mostly for white wines, as most of Germany was. Cool. But over the past decade or so, the red wine production has really amped up here too. So you still get these fantastic, really like mineral and austere sort of Riesling options, and then of course some Pinots.
Someone's been studying, eh? Oh, look at you go. They've done really good Pinot Noir in the Rhine-Hessen, but just really in certain areas. And this village actually is really well known for reds. So Weinheimer Holla, they actually make a village version of this.
You make it sound like you actually know how to speak.
I know. I just worked on that all morning. Holla means hell, right, in German. And what they're really referring to is like a hot vineyard, right? So this vineyard gets lots of sunshine, which is why it's planted to Pinot Noir rather than Riesling. And Weinheimer is the village. So this actually comes from a single vineyard. And at, what is it, $26, $27?
Yeah.
This might be my favorite bang for the buck Pinot in the shop right now. To get single vineyard Pinot Noir, for instance, from France and Burgundy, you're looking like, you know, probably $100 to start in Burgundy for Premier Crus and for even just Ludi wine. So this is such a great buy. You get an expression of this area, of this place, and it's really like, I think, just a spectacular bottle of wine. But I'm on the white right now, and the white is doing it for me. It's like nice and crisp and dry, and it has this little bit of this like lemon kind of candy thing kind of going on in the nose. But it just makes me happy.
Yeah, sometimes when you get into these dry Rieslings, they can come across like a little bit too much acid if you don't have some food, but this is like just soft enough.
This has like a really rich finish to it, actually. Like it's got a like really round kind of oily texture to it. So it's not that, you know, bone snap and acidity you get in a lot of dry Riesling.
If you're doing turkey this weekend at all,
that'll work.
It's winter.
Yeah, if you're doing ham, that'll work. It's pretty much going to work with anything you're putting on the table.
It just works.
Yeah, or drink it while you're cooking dinner. And if you want to do a little red with turkey or ham, this is definitely got to be on the table.
This would be like my top gateway Pinot, or like gateway to old world Pinot. 2020 specifically, I mean, you're talking about the vineyard site being a little bit warmer. The vintage of 2020 was a little bit warmer. As we know, climate change is really changing the whole landscape of wine regions and wine production. Yeah. So being that hot, dry summer, it really benefits the red wines of the area. And you find that in this bottle for sure. It's a little more luscious, a little more colored, just has a bit more going on.
It's really spicy, eh? I mean, you get that. If I didn't know what this was, I would almost be thinking like it's Sonoma Coast Pinot Noir. It's got that much weight and power to it. I think this is a sleeper, and you just won't get better Pinot than this for the money.
You really won't.
Got to go to Germany. That's where it's at. You got a little pack going over here too.
We do. So we popped both of these in our little Easter dinner 6-pack. In case you're shopping online, don't have time to come in store and try them yourselves, pick up the 6-pack because we've got both of those in there, and then a few other favorites.
Looks like you really were thinking Easter weekend with this one.
I really was.
Yeah, because you got all the wines that I was planning on buying basically this weekend, so nice work.
Excellent. So we do have these two, which we mentioned will pair up with your turkey. Maybe you're doing some ham. The Fleury, this is another little Gamay, some Beaujolais if you're thinking on that lighter, fresher side, but don't be fooled by it being too light, because it's actually got a lot more going on in the bottle than you anticipate.
It's a big wine for Gamay. I mean, people think of Gamay as this like light, bubblegummy kind of wine. I mean, I actually have this coming up for turkey dinner too, but the bottle I have is 10 years old because I've been buying this and just putting it away, so I always have an older one because the younger ones are juicy and delicious, but the old ones are spectacular. So
yeah, you'll want to pop that in the decanter if you're going to do that this weekend.
Absolutely.
But it is a favorite bottle. If you're not doing that, some of us, I know I've always got somebody at my dinner table who just wants to stick with some big Cali Cab, and that's okay. That's what we love. So we popped in some wines from Jed Steele. He's been making wine in California for more than 50 years. You can't go wrong. Knows what he's doing. It's a great bottle.
A little bit of Cab.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes you do some roast or something instead.
You know, that'll work with just about anything. So if you're doing the prime rib or something, it's a good choice. Or again, there's always someone who wants Cab at the table, right?
Some rosé, obviously.
Yeah,
always have some rosé at the table, whether it's with dinner. Rosé is actually one of those wines that does pair really well with turkey too. If you aren't thinking about it or don't
especially
want to
that one, because that one's really got it's Gamay, so it's got that really kind of soft, round, kind of plush style to it. So that is definitely rosé that you can put with anything from ham, turkey, you know, stuffing, whatever you're doing.
Whatever you're doing. Work. And there isn't an Easter since I started working here that I have not had a bottle of Chablis.
Lucky you.
And therefore, I had to pop some in here because I want you to make sure that you've got some Chablis at home. This is a new producer for us, Grasso, $44.95 on the shelf. And it's a little bit more tropical and juicy. It still has that minerality on the finish, but it's just a bit riper and more generous. Yeah, it's delicious Chablis, and I think that's a perfect choice. And you must have done something magical here, because I've just been watching the sales on these guys online this morning, and you've sold more of these this morning than we usually sell all week. So I don't know what's going on, but nice job. $25 off if you were buying all of these on the regular price. So there you go. It's a good deal. Check that out. All right, that makes sense. All right. You want to talk puzzles? Well, if you need to learn a little bit more about your German wines, we did get some German wine puzzles. Nice. German wine labels can be a little bit intimidating. The cool thing with these puzzles, not only are they great for long weekends like the one coming up, but you get to learn a little bit while you do it too. So they actually give you a little breakdown on how to read different German wine labels, what those terms mean, and they are made by sommeliers, so you get to learn where all the wines come from. You thought everything this weekend, Robin. Well, I love Easter. I love holidays. There you go. So pop by. You can get this online, or you can pop by and taste it with us. These are really worth coming down to try, and we're going to have all kinds of cool stuff open this weekend. So hope to see you.